All right, so this is 7.3. 7.3 is very similar to 7.2. It's practically the same lesson. So it's just more practice writing trinomials as the product of two binomials. All right, so don't forget, we need to factor each of the three terms first before we turn it into the factors of two binomials. For example, letter A, all three of those terms can be divided by 2. So we're going to pull out a 2. Ooh, my lighting's terrible tonight. So 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. 12x divided by 2 is 6x. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. So you're looking for two numbers. When I multiply them, we get 5. When I add them, we get 6. This plus means the signs are the same, and this tells me the sign of both numbers. So the factors of 5 are 5 and 1. So we're going to divide out that x squared, x times x. 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So this is the correct answer. Letter B, this time we still want a product of positive 5, but we want a sum of negative 6. So how will that change our answer? Remember, this means the signs are the same, and this sign is what the sign of both numbers is. So negative 5 and negative 1. Does negative 5 times negative 1 equal positive 5? Yes. Does negative 5 plus 1 equal negative 6? Yes, it does. All right, letter C, we want two numbers. When we multiply, we get 15. When we add, we get negative 2. So the factors of 15 are 5 and 3. This tells us the signs are different, and this tells me the sign of the bigger digit. The bigger digit is 5, not 3, so 5 is negative, 3 is positive. Does negative 5 times 3 equals 15? Negative 15, yes. And does negative 5 plus 3 equal negative 2? Yes. So that is the right answer. Letter D, we want two numbers. I multiply, get negative 18, add, and get positive 3. This tells me my signs are different, and this tells me the sign of the bigger digit. So the factors of 18 are 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. The only ones that will give me a positive 3 are 3 and 6. This tells me the signs are different. This tells me the bigger sign is positive. Does 6 times negative 3 equal negative 18? Does 6 combined with negative 3 equal positive 3? All right, I have a reminder here, just reminder to simplify, pull out any common factors. So if they tried to break this down by this binomial, well, if you look at this first one, this hopefully will remind you, oh, I can divide both of these terms by 2. So if you end up pulling out your 2, these are 2 times your two binomials. Okay, so I would do this very first thing, step 1. All right, letter A. Do these terms have any factors in common? Yes, 2 and x. So I'm going to divide every term by 2 and x. So 2x to the third divided by 2x is x squared. Negative 16x squared divided by 2x is negative 8x. And 14x divided by 2x is plus 7. I need two numbers. When I multiply, I get positive 7. When I add them, I get negative 8. This tells me the signs are going to be the same, and this tells me what those two signs will be. So I'm looking for two negative numbers. Divide up my x. Two factors of 7 are 7 and 1. Does negative 7 times negative 1 equal positive 7? Yes. Does negative 7 plus negative 1 equal negative 8? Yes. So this is the right answer. Letter B, I cannot have a negative a, if this is in the form a x squared plus b squared plus c, I have to pull out a -1 to make that x positive. So negative x squared divided by -1 is positive x squared. Negative x divided by -1 is positive x. And positive 6 divided by -1 is -6. So I'm looking for two numbers. When I multiply them, I get -6. And when I add them, I get +1. I'm going to divide out my x squared. Well, the two factors of 6 are 3 and 2. This tells me they're different signs. This tells me the bigger sign is positive. So 3 is the bigger sign. So does 3 times -2 equals -6? Yes. Does 3 plus -2 equal +1? Yes. So this is the answer. Even better, simplified. I would need a 1 there. And that is the right answer. And then finally, letter C. This is the very last problem for tonight. I'm going to pull out a 3x from all of these terms. So 3x cubed divided by 3x is x squared minus 5x plus 6. Two numbers that will give me a product of 6 and a sum of -5. Well, this tells me the signs are the same, and this tells me my signs are both negative. So the only factors of 6 are 6 and 1 and 2 and 3. Which ones are going to give me a sum of -5? Well, it would be -3 and -2. Is it -3 times -2 +6? And is it -3 plus -2 -5? Yes, if I use 6 and 1, that would not be correct. When I fold it, I would realize I was not going to get back to what I started. All right, guys, that is the 3 sections for Wednesday night. These homework sections are due by Monday.